Here are the 2025 Hyundai Tucsons. This is the SEL in Hampton Gray versus the SEL Convenience in Ultimate Red. We're getting some style updates, we're getting technology updates this year. Keeping the same powertrain, the same suspension, and I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why I would choose one of the two here and the comparable rivals. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. In the front, you're gonna notice the grille gets tweaked. It integrates into the LED headlights and daytime running. It sits up a little bit more. You get the gloss black inserts, and it just looks a little bit more dominant with 7.1 inches of clearance. It's the same as last year. Now, when you option the all-wheel drive, you're gonna get over 8 inches of clearance, and when you option the XRT, you're going to have a unique front fascia. Underneath the hood is going to house the same 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder across all trims, unless you go hybrid or plug-in hybrid. That's going to produce 187 horsepower with 178 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to an 8-speed Steptronic automatic transmission. Front-wheel drive, we're achieving 25 mpgs for the city, 33 mpgs for the highway. Optioning the all-wheel drive, it will lower just a touch. 17-inch wheels will be standard on the SE. And the first reason why I would option the SEL or even the Convenience is because you're getting the same wheel design. Going into the XRT, we'll have an 18-inch unique wheel. In the Limited will be the trim that you get the 19-inch wheel. The same McPherson front strut suspension and multi-link rear suspension. It's a 4-wheel independent suspension setup. But when you go Convenience opposed to just base SEL, you're going to be getting the integrated turn signals that are LED on the side view mirrors. You will also receive rear occupants alert added to the safety features, which include forward collision avoidance assistance, lane keep assist with lane following assist, and driver attention warning, blind spot collision warning, rear cross traffic collision avoidance assist, and safe exit warning. The Convenience package also adds the moonroof. The SEL adds the roof rails. Taking me to the second reason is all trims are 2,000 pounds of towing, which is more than the rivals, and we have a plug-in hybrid and also a hybrid. Another reason why to click the box for the SEL Convenience is the LED tail lights. You're only going to get a bulb type for the SEL and under. The SEL starts with the power liftgate going into 41.2 cubic feet. It's going to be the same on both vehicles. You're going to have more or less a storage pocket here. Bag holders on both sides, 12-volt LED interior lights. Underneath the floor gets a spare tire, and you can also lower this down so you have a little bit more top-to-bottom space. Split fold the rear bench, you do so in the cargo. That's going to maximize cargo to 80.3 cubic feet of storage. 8-way power seat adjustment for the driver, 6-way manual seat adjustment for the passenger, cloth seats, heated front seats. And that takes me to the third reason why I would choose the SEL Convenience is because you're getting the H-Tech seats. Heated front seats that starts on the SEL, carrying up into the XRT for the H-Tech seats. Ventilated will be on the Limited, as well as memory for the driver. The interior of the Tucson has plenty of headroom and legroom for the front occupants. There is no pass-through, but they do optimize storage because we have a refreshed dashboard, which means we now have storage integrated in the passenger side, a curved 1-panel, 2-screen layout. The SEL get a 4.2 information display that will go into the center. SEL Convenience, we have the 12.3 digital gauge cluster, which can go through an array of information for the driver, and a 12.3 infotainment screen with navigation. Now, to change the configuration to this screen, you do have to go into the center, hit setup, and go into layout, screen layout. And then in here, you'll see your cluster theme, so you can just change that out. In the center, we'll have a 12.3 informational display. The fourth reason why I would choose the SEL Convenience is because it adds the navigation. Dual climate control settings with a touchpad and you still have physical knobs to turn on and off the sound system, the climate control, and to put it into navigation when you're using your wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, HD radio. Put it into reverse, we get a reverse camera. The trajectory does expand. Click this little sub menu and you can change the layout for towing and to make it expand out for the whole screen. Wireless charging pad starts on the SEL. Push here and you're gonna have a 12-volt USB ports, a little storage pocket here, and the key fob for the new Tucson. Auto hold, which means you don't have to hold the brake at a stoplight, and it's going to be a little bit more sporty, opens up into a deep storage pocket. The steering wheel has been reworked. It's multi-function, new badging, leather wrap steering wheel starts on this. When you turn your signals on for the limited trim, the camera will project either here or here depending on which way you indicate. Heads-up display will be on the limited, as well as Bose sound system. Ambient lighting starts on this trim with an auto-dimming rear view mirror, a moonroof, and the door panel and dashboard configuring together. But I do like how it's a little bit more seamless here, but it keeps the same flow as the prior. Everything is going to be hard materials. Software it needs to be. One touch up and down for the front windows with a medium-sized storage pocket and a large beverage holder. For the back seats, you can also recline these. I would say right here is about the position I would like to sit. Leg space, not going to be an issue. You will have storage behind the passenger seat only. USB ports, cup holders with an armrest, and the door is going to have the same segment found in the front, except no soft materials and only a beverage holder carved out. Sliding into the center, the floor isn't flat, but you have enough feet space, butt, leg, and shoulder space, as well as knee space, and headroom isn't going to be bad at 6'3". Headroom becomes a little compromised unless you sit back like this without a hat, obviously, because my head is pretty much touching the headliner. We're going to start off with the SEL, and turn radius is going to be the same on both. It's going to be about 2 lanes. Let's rock and roll. I'm just kidding. This is an everyday driving vehicle. You're not going to go crazy with 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. This is going to get you to point A to point B, comfortable and safe. 18-inch wheels, you're not going to feel that much imperfections in the road. You will hear some of the exterior sound coming in, but the sound deadening is actually pretty good. So if you're going on a longer commute, I can see you just relaxing and enjoying. The major difference between the two, though, is the seat interior. It's going to be a little bit more comfortable when you're going into the H-Tech seats. Now, obviously, going into the Limited is going to be the most comfortable because you're getting leather seats, adding ventilated seats, and it's the only trim that gives you that, as well as heated rear seats and a heads-up display. I also wish that they would have configured the blind spot view monitoring, at least in the XRT trim, because that way you're not having to go full-blown limited in order to get all the features like the Bose sound system. Because you get the ambient lighting, that starts in the SEL Convenience. Braking on the vehicle actually feels very light. They didn't do a lot of changes. The major significance to this, opposed to the 2024, is the dashboard layout, the technology that's been implemented, this touch screen for the climate control, the steering wheel, I know it sounds like a lot, the bumpers, and the front grille. But when you're thinking about competition, this is one of the best in class for cargo capacity, for leg and headroom, for the rear, for towing capacity, payload. You're getting all the daily use taken care of. Now, I will say that the SEL to SEL Convenience, it does have a little bit of a price jump that I was a little shocked to see myself, because it's not like it's a few $100s. I mean, it goes up by thousands of dollars. You're talking $30,000 to over $32,000. But when you're all in, you're still under 40 grand. And when you're thinking about competition like Honda and Toyota, that's not going to be the case. You're going to spend a significant amount more. Now, some pros to the vehicle is you have all the upgraded technology. Some cons to it, you have to go to the Limited in order to get the 360-degree reverse camera. They don't even have it as an option otherwise. But then on the Pro, you still do have options that you can put features in each tier, so it's not just tier-based derived. And the best part about these vehicles is they don't go 20, 21 inch wheels. They keep it simplified. 17 and 18 inch wheel is pretty much through all the trims unless you want to go all out and get the 19 inch for the limited trim. Now for the SEL convenience, everything is the same except it's pouring down rain. The seat comfort though is a little bit better here because I like that it has a little bit more cushion to it. But it feels more luxurious, especially with this leather wrapped steering wheel. And you're getting the navigation with the full digital reader for the gauge cluster. So it is a pretty good amount of upgrades. Not a huge fan of moonroofs or even pano moonroofs because most of the time you don't use them. But when you're considering it's part of going to the next level, I'm all right with it. The touchpad, I kind of wish that it didn't leave your fingerprints all over. I like that we're receiving the wireless charging pad for the SEL and it just carries up the trim. And the sound deadening is good in both. Maneuverability is going to be the same in both. It's going to have a heavier steering wheel than the competition. The windows are large so you can see everything clearly. I like the upgraded styling in the front. Some cons is the screen layout is a little too low for me. I'm at 6'3" and the seat setting sits up higher. I do have plenty of headspace, but it feels like I'm on the headliner because I'm on top of everything in front of me. And the fifth reason why I would choose the SEL convenience over the SEL, it's a few grand more, but you're getting so much more bang for your buck considering the technology that's added, plus the safety features. But let me know in the comments what you think about my 5 reasons why I would choose the SEL or SEL convenience in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank Gettle Hyundai of Lakewood for giving us this 2025 Hyundai Tucson SEL versus the SEL convenience for our car comparison review.